Colbyjack.net is proud to present From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. The people of the fire, the Blesa, led by their queens, have ruled the island of Alfeyju and oppressed the Driva, the people of the ice, for more than 16 generations. With the Drivian King in hiding and little hope on the horizon, the Driva looked to one person to save them from the vile Blesa, the Diviana. According to legend, the divinely gifted Diviana will one day overthrow the Blesa and restore the Drivian King to his rightful throne. But with the search having lasted for more than 400 years, will the Diviana ever come to light? Willow is the slave of the Raskpil family. Bought at the age of 4, 20 years have passed since her life irrevocably changed. Her existence is no worse than any other slave, but within, Willow wonders if there isn't something more she should be doing with her life other than serving the ungrateful. Ordered to travel with her master's family to Sondertoft, so her master's adult children can take part in an ancient rite of passage, Willow is shocked when she learns that she too must participate. Will she fail, as all before her have? Will she rise to the challenge and become stronger after passing through the flames? Episode 60. "It's not working," Willow said desperately. "You're not doing any damage to the ship," Val said, "so aim at the crew." Willow quickly conjured a throng of ice daggers and spears. These were smaller than the ones she'd been attacking the ships with, but just as deadly. They sailed over the sea and on to the nearest ship. Willow expected to hear yells of surprise and screams of pain, but none of that happened. Silence greeted her newest attack. Squinting her eyes, Willow tried to get a better look at the ship she'd attacked. Then she realized why there were no screams. She saw nobody. Not one person was above deck. That's why her attack hadn't done any damage. "Where did they go?" Willow asked in disbelief. "Weren't there people on deck a few minutes ago?" "You need to focus," Val said sharply. "I am focused. What do you suggest I do?" she asked, having run out of ideas. "Send a snowstorm at them," Sigurd answered. "You did it to those soldiers at Nor, and it stopped them. Nobody can sail through blowing snow." "Don't be so sure about that," Hawk said as he ran past. "Trained sailors can and will sail through anything to get their prey." "It can't hurt to try," Kalina said in a reproachful voice. "No, it can't hurt," Willow said before concentrating and creating a snowstorm which would encircle the 3 ships, growing ever closer. With a rush of wind which raised the hair on Willow's head, the storm encircled the ships. Yells of fear and confusion rang out from below deck on the ships. This was good news to Willow and her ship. The ships, however, only slowed a little. They continued to follow the fall roof. The how they were able to see anything was beyond her. Then, as if responding to the snowstorm Willow created, the seas began churning. The previously calm seas became huge waves, dangerous for all who sailed on the sea. During such weather, most ships and boats would have sought the nearest bit of shore. People had died in less treacherous seas. But not these ships. Instead of stopping their pursuit, the enemy ships continued following them, more determined than ever to reach the far roof and capture its passengers. Willow heard the cries of the rowers, chanting in unison as they rowed harder and harder. It reminded her of dogs baying as they chased their prey. No, these ships were not going to give up. They'd follow them to the ends of the earth if necessary. Willow grabbed Hawk as he passed. "Is there anywhere we could pull in, and they won't be able to see us? We need to get off the seas before we're destroyed." Hawk thought for a second. "Even if we did try to hide, they'd only wait for morning to come. Then they'd be able to see us, no matter how cleverly we hid. That's one of the problems with sailing in a huge ship. It's really hard to hide. We're going to have to try to outsail them and pray the gods don't want us dead." Hawk left, leaving Willow alone. "No matter what we do, they'll find us come morning unless we can get away from them." "They can only find us if they can see us," Val said. "That's what I just said," Willow said, not immediately grasping what Val was hinting at. "Wait," she said slowly. "Are you suggesting I conceal the ship and everyone on it?" "You and your friends are already concealed, and have been for a few hours, with no ill effects. If you conceal the rest of the ship, It's possible our pursuers will get confused and we'll be able to get away. But what about the energy required? Won't it take an immense amount of power and energy? You might be able to draw out power from the other people in the ship if you link up with them. Link up? Hold hands, Val responded, suddenly impatient as the sea violently rocked the ship beneath Willow's feet. Why must you make me spell everything out? They'll know something happened if we do this, Willow said. It's not like it can hide the bright flash of light. Must you always talk things to death? Adelina growled from behind her. Do as the staff says, and conceal the ship, immediately. All right, Willow said before moving to get everyone together. When everyone was gathered around Willow, she said, I'm going to try to conceal this ship. I need everyone to form a circle and hold hands. Willow grabbed Willow's right hand, which also held Val, while Sigurd took her left. Kalina stood between Sigurd and Hawk. Now what? Kalina asked, sounding nervous. Have everyone concentrate on concealing the ship, Val instructed. Concentrate on concealing the ship, Willow said. In addition to your thoughts helping me, I'm also going to be drawing upon some of your energy. Don't break the circle until we've succeeded. I have a feeling we've only got one chance at this. Everyone ready? Her friends nodded and closed their eyes. Taking one last look at the ships, whose lamps were hauntingly visible, she shut her eyes and mind to the looming danger. Immediately, Willow could feel the energy and power coming from her companions. It flowed freely through her, giving her an unexplainable feeling that she could do anything. Focusing her mind on concealing the ship, she felt the power, the overwhelming power which coursed through her, well up within her body and flow to Val. A bright light flashed, bright enough for Willow to see through her eyelids. To anyone on the pursuing ships, the sudden brightness in the darkness should have been startling and scary. Willow opened her eyes and saw the startled looks on her friends' faces. It worked! Kalina whispered excitedly. Her entire body was shaking. I can't believe it worked! Just listen to the confusion from those ships, Sigurd said, moving toward the side of the ship closest to the enemy. Hawk, get us away from them, Willow ordered weakly. Yes, ma'am. What's wrong? Adelina asked, moving up next to Willow and leaning slightly against her leg. Willow put her free hand on the snow leopard's broad back, trying to keep herself on her feet. I don't feel well, she said, her vision unexpectedly going fuzzy. The boat shifted suddenly, and Willow's weak knees gave out, tumbling her to the ship's planks. Willow! Kalina said as she knelt next to her. Willow, are you okay? Willow! Unable to answer or move, Willow passed out where she'd fallen. Honey, you have to wake up, Sigurd's voice said. We need you to get up. What is wrong with her? Willow heard the words, but she couldn't make herself answer him or open her eyes. I don't know, Kalina said. One moment she was fine, and the next she'd blacked out. But that was hours ago, Sigurd said. Why is she still unconscious? Did she hit her head? Hours? I couldn't have been asleep for hours, could I? Willow wondered. Not that I could find, Kalina responded. I checked her over after Hawk brought her in here, and found nothing physically wrong. We need to wake her up, Hawk said. We're safe, and the others are getting nervous about being invisible for this long. Invisible? The ship was invisible? This thought was enough to pry Willow's eyelids apart, and have her move her head toward the voices of her friends. Willow! Sigurd said. Thank the gods you're awake. How are you feeling? Tired, Willow rasped. Even that one word felt as if it had taken more energy than she had to spare. But she wanted to comfort him, them. What's wrong? We need you to unconceal the ship, Hawk said, with a worried look on his face. Are you up to it? Have to be, she said in a little stronger voice. Val? Here he is, honey, Sigurd said, putting the staff next to her as Kalina helped her sit up. You shouldn't do this, Val said suddenly. Why? Willow asked as she leaned heavily against the headboard of the bed. You don't have enough energy. Concealing the ship drained you of most of your energy. That's why you passed out. But the others. Even if they give you all of their energy, it still won't be enough. You need an immense amount of energy to unconceal everything. In your weakened state, you don't have it. I have it, Adelina said as she ambled into the room. I've got enough energy to more than make up for whatever she lacks. It will considerably drain you, Val warned as Adelina jumped onto the bed and sat next to Willow. If it will make those humans act less panicky, I'll do it. Plus, the faster we're visible again, the less time Willow has to worry about us being stuck this way forever. Willow, Hawk said. The way her name came out made it sound as if he'd been repeating it. Sorry, she mumbled, having a conversation. You need to listen to us. We're safe right now. We got away from those ships following us and are in a deserted fjord where nobody will look for us. But we need you to unconceal us. I heard you the first time, Willow said, not being able to stifle her huge yawn. Adelina's going to help me. But don't you need us? Sigurd asked. He sounded hurt that she might not need his help. Sure, Adelina said. Let him help. It'll take some of the stress off of you and me and make the boy feel better. Yes, but I also need her, Willow said. Put one hand on the cat and one hand on me, Val directed. Have the others hold hands, and with their free hands, have them lay them on top of yours. Make a circle, Willow said. Sig, Hawk, put your hands on top of mine. Sigurd laid his hand on top of the one gripping Val, while Hawk rested his hand on top of her other hand. I'm going to need everyone to concentrate really hard if this is going to work, Willow said. Closing her own eyes, she felt the combined energy of the three humans and the snow leopard. She could almost sense their thoughts and concentration. Everything within them went to unconcealing the ship and crew. A surge of energy infused with the essence of their owners came into her body. Willow felt more alive than ever before. The air around her became electrified like a violent thunderstorm. The bright flash came and went. Willow collapsed back upon the bed with much less energy than she started with, if that were possible. Unable to open her eyes, she heard the others speaking, but she couldn't make out the individual words. A warm hand brushed against her hair, and warm, firm lips brushed her forehead. A slight smile graced her lips as she fell into a deep sleep. You have been listening to From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. Read, recorded, mastered, encoded, and produced by Colbyjack.net. This work is released under a Creative Commons 3.0 Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license. Do what you want with it, just don't try to profit from it. Heaven knows we can't. If you have any questions, comments, or rants you wish to share with us, we can be reached at Colbyjack at Colbyjack.net. That's COLBYTRAX @COLBYJACK.net. Yep, I sing it too. If you want to follow the exploits of Trisha in Twitterland, just search for Lady Trisha W on Twitter, or follow the ever-dashing, courageous, hardworking, intelligent, and immensely humble Colbyjack on the Twitters as well. If you find that you can't just wait to find out what will happen with Willow, the strong dude and the annoying dude, be heartened to know that From the Flames is available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Smashwords, as well as from our little shop. Didn't you know about our little shop? Why, yes, we have a little shop located at shop. That's shop.colbyjack.net. That's shop.colbyjack.net. Yeah, real original there. There you will find the latest ebook versions of all our works in both Mobi and ebook, all DRM-free, as well as audiobook versions of such works as Firmware Hijacked and Proxy, as well, naturally, as well as From the Flames. The audiobooks differ from the podcasts in that the headers and bumpers only run once, and the episodes are grouped into hour-long episodes for easy burning to CD or for downloading on the go. If you find you don't need any stuff, but just want to thank us monetarily for our efforts here, just head on over to Colbyjack.net, select either audio or visual, and look for the donate button located on the blog roll. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week, and remember to be fabulous.